In this lesson, we'll be looking at unit conversion. Now, what the main objective of this lesson is to convert between different types of units. It's important to convert between units because not all the time you will get the units in the stated necessary form that you need it in. For example, if I take a ruler and I measure the length of a book and I get my value in centimeters, and my equation requires that I have the value in meters, I'm going to need to convert between centimeters and meters. Now, things like converting between grams and kilograms and centimeters and meters, these things can be done by simply looking at the prefixes that we did before and simply looking at what the value of kilo means. And in this case, by now you should know that kilo stands for multiply by 10 to the power of 3. Something, however, like converting between squared centimeters and squared meters, or converting between derived units, however, takes a little more effort to do. And the method that we're going to be using to actually do this is a method called convenient 1, where we choose a value of 1 that is convenient for us, and we multiply by that value so that we can change the form but not actually how much the quantity is. So what do I mean by changing 1 in a form that is convenient for me? Say, for example, we have this kind of question. We convert in 10 meters per second to kilometers per hour. First thing that we do is we take that 10 meters per second and we write it in the form of a fraction. So notice that the 10m is on top and the s is on the underneath. And what we do now is we simply choose values of 1 that is convenient for us, and we take 1 unit at a time. So first off, we start off with the meter. We know that 1 kilometer equates to 1,000 meters. So we're going to write it in such a way that meters is written on the underneath and kilometers is written on the top, and the equivalent values are stated with it. Similarly, for seconds, we know that in 1 hour there is 3,600 seconds, and we write the seconds in such a way that it could cancel the seconds that is on the underneath. And we simply use our algebra. So we can see that the m will cancel with the m here, the seconds will cancel with the seconds here, and then we will only have km remaining and h remaining. We will also be able to cancel the 1, 2, 3 zeros here, 1, 2, 3 zeros here, and notice we have 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 36, which is equal to 36, km, which is km on top, and then we have on the underneath 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 1 h, which is simply upon h, and we take this positive 1 power of h and we bring it on the top and we get negative. Notice the answer now is 36 kilometers per hour. Notice here that this here is a convenient value of 1 for us because it converts the units that we have, which is meters, to the units that we desire, which is kilometers, and we put in the values here as stated. 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Similarly for the seconds and the hours. If we look at example number 2, we would see that sometimes the units have a certain amount of powers to them. So let's say, for instance, we have to convert 1 square meter into centimeters squared. The first thing that we do is we take that square meter and we the first thing that we do is we choose a form of 1 that is convenient for us. We know that 1 meter is equivalent to writing 100 centimeters. And since this meter is to a second power, then all we do now is we simply square both the top and the bottom. Now, since it is the value on top, which is the 100 centimeters, is equal to the value on the underneath, which is the 1 meter, squaring it will still give the same result. And now all we do is simply follow algebra. 1 square meter will cancel off with 1 square meter, and now we have 100 squared, which is 10,000, and then we have cm squared, which is centimeters squared. So if you follow this, you'd be able to convert any kind of unit from one to the next, and just simply remember, if it's made up of multiple units, you take one at a time. So if anything is confusing here and you have any questions, you can simply message me or leave a comment with the message. Leave a question with the comments. Thank you.